Hello and welcome to Amá CONVERSA. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. I see
Thanks
that
for
you are
having
in
me.
Algarve, Portugal. Fantástico. So Jessica, we have Jessica Mendes today, and me and Jessica actually know each other from Little Portugal, where
Mhm.
we went to Five-Moon School together. We also went for a little bit to Portuguese school together, and I caught her in high school a little bit for the last year. I was a freshman, she was a senior at San Jose High Academy in San
Oh my
Jose.
God, is that the age difference? I didn't even realize what the age difference was.
Yes, I was a little freshy when you were a senior. I definitely remember that. And so today is a very, very special episode because Jessica moved from San Jose to Portugal, continent. And I know you have an Azorian background. So I want to talk a little bit about your whole adventure being Azorian and being a Portuguese-American from Little Portugal and moving to Algarve. That must have been a crazy, crazy experience all in its own. So, Jessica, when did you move to Portugal?
Sorry, we moved here December 2017. Yeah, we were just like, we had gotten an apartment here in Algarve. It's kind of like not real estate, but just like a rental. Kind
Yes.
of makes an income, but also have a vacation home when we come visit because my husband's family is from here. So we're like, okay, let's do this, because we come here often, let's do it. And then when we were here vacationing, trying to fix up the apartment, we're like, we should totally move here. It is so peaceful. It's so calm. Everyone's so nice. You can literally walk everywhere, which you cannot do in San Jose. You have to drive everywhere unless you
Yeah,
like
no, no,
live
no.
downtown. So
Sure.
so we were like, okay, this is awesome. And that was April 2017. Then October, we were like, let's pack our bags and go.
Yes.
And
Oh
then
my God.
we found out we were having a baby. So we like moved while I was pregnant
Oh
with
my
3
goodness.
dogs, 6 suitcases, and a ton of boxes. And
Oh my God.
it was crazy. It was so crazy.
That must have been
And
so crazy. So, how far along were you with your baby at that point when you were moving?
like 10 weeks, I think it was.
Okay,
10,
okay, okay.
11 weeks. Yeah, I
So,
was
she
like
was born
I was
in
at the end
Portugal.
of my first trimester. What's that?
She was born in Portugal.
Yes.
Oh
Karen.
my God, that is so cute. And she's literally, so I've seen baby pictures of you, and it's really, I'm going to use the word creepy, but it's really amazing how much your daughter is like your twin, your mini me.
And
It's
it's
so amazing.
funny because it's not just in looks, it's in personality too. It's like I literally
Oh
feel
no.
like I'm looking at myself
Oh
from,
no.
30 some years ago, and I'm like, how?
That's really amazing. That's really amazing. So my
Your
daughter,
little girl is super cute, by the way.
thank you. But she has a lot of her dad. So she has a lot of her dad's personality and a lot of, I think she's half and half. Like the
Yeah.
way she looks is definitely half and half. But your daughter is like, dude, that's Jessica's mini me there.
It's all me. Like I think I made her by myself.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry,
So
Dad.
freaking cute. So that is amazing. So you've been there for quite a while now. And what do you love about Algarve and Portugal in general? And what is something that you have in Portugal that you necessarily didn't have in California?
A lot.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. The thing is, so life, as you know, is much slower paced here in Portugal than it is in America. We all know that, or at least in California, because California and New York, like they're busy, they're super fast paced, right? So it's normal. Algarve is like the slower paced region of the country. Lisbon is more similar to California, where like
Yes.
as far as like San Francisco, very busy.
Yes.
I just love that the weather here is warm, is really nice almost all year long. Kind of like San Jose, right? Like that's similar. The
Yes.
weather is
But
very
you're next
similar.
to the ocean, which is my favorite.
Yeah, that's the thing. But we're next to the ocean, and I don't know, the people here are just super warm and inviting and welcome, and then just how we can walk everywhere. I mean, like this background, this is where those two orange reddish buildings, one is the fish market and one is the fruit and vegetable market
Oh wow.
and deli, and it has deli and like butchers and whatnot.
I would love to go there.
So You can literally get everything, pretty much everything at these markets. I walk there and back with
It's
my
so
grocery. You
easy.
know what I mean? It's
Yes.
just, it's such a like
Light.
homey.
It's a light and it's a happy, it's a
Yes.
joyful, it's a
This
good
is where,
life.
this is
It's a good
like all
life.
the bars are, all the restaurants, and the food here. Oh my God. The food here is so freaking good. And what's
Love it.
funny is I literally live in the town. So I didn't know this before we came here, but everyone says that Olhão, which is where I live,
Right on.
is the town with the best food in all of Algarve.
You
Because
lucky girl.
a lot of all the other towns are very like touristy.
Yes.
So it's not like authentic.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
I think I'm
authentic.
gonna have to pay you a visit because I never been to Algarve. So many times I've been to Portugal, I've never been to Algarve. I can't believe it. And I need to try this food. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. I actually have a blog post that I've been intending to write about, which is like my top favorite restaurants in Olhão,
Oh wow, can't wait.
because it's so good. Like everything is so good.
I bet. I bet.
So yeah, I would say, just like slow paced. It's warm and inviting. I don't know. You just have to see it to
You're
believe
just
it.
like so stress free. You're just in a totally
Yeah.
environment, right? Like in San Jose,
Yeah.
for example, it's very fast paced, like Jessica said. It's very stressful. You don't have time to yourself. You don't have time to walk to the store. You don't even want to walk to the store, even if you could. You're like
Yeah.
scared of getting
And it's
mugged or
safer here
something.
too. It's a
Safer,
lot
exactly. So
safer.
much
That's like
safer.
apparently Portugal is the third safest country in the world.
Oh, wow. See, I did not know that. See, very good to know. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. The last time we went to Portugal, so we went as a family, we went, me, my husband, and my daughter, and we both hadn't been there for a long time. I hadn't been back in 8 years, and he hadn't been back in 5. So when we went back, it was just amazing. It was like, I call it the vacation on steroids because I had a corporate job at the time, and I only was allowed 2 weeks. So I went to Portugal for 1 week, and then I went to Terceira for 1 week. And so we did a lot of things every day,
Yeah.
all the time. But anyways, and when we were there, we were like the same as you. We were like, wow, we kept talking about it every day. We're like, I want to live here. I want to live here. And then when we went to Terceira, the same thing. We're like, I want to live here. I want to live here. So I told my
I
husband,
couldn't live in the Azores, to be
no,
honest.
see, the thing is, I could live in Portugal. I could live in Terceira, but on one condition only. He would have to drive me everywhere, or somebody else would, because I am not driving Terceira. No, no.
I actually drove in Terceira. The last time I went was 2016. I had never driven in Terceira in my life because I don't drive stick.
Yeah.
So we had to rent an automatic car, and I was like, I need to drive on my island because I know how to get around.
Yeah.
But I was scared at the same time. But
I'm
oh
scared.
my God, it was such a breeze. It was such a
Was?
breeze.
Oh, okay. So my
Yeah.
husband, he drives stick shift, and we were going up and down those windy roads, and they're very tight, and they're like, I'm serious, they're very skinny, like, they're very skinny roads, and they're very bumpy, and they're very windy, and there's lots of one ways, and there's
The one way to go.
there's lots of one ways, and I can't even imagine myself trying to park. I can't imagine myself trying to do anything. So if I lived there, I would be totally dependent on my husband, and I don't want to be that. So
Yeah.
but Portugal, I've driven in Portugal. It is
And
kind
you
of
didn't have that problem. I feel like it's crazier here on mainland than it is in the Azores, or at least it is in
I was
Florida.
gonna say that, like, I've only driven around like my town. I've never gone on the freeway there, or
You're
I
from
can't.
where again? Your
Viseu,
family?
Viseu.
Oh, okay. I've never
Yeah.
been there.
Oh, you will love it. It's very, very
Yeah.
nice. But the
Um,
freeways are too crazy for me. Too fast. Way too fast.
Lisbon is a whole different story. Lisbon was great when we lived there for 5 months before we
Oh
moved,
my God.
and I dreaded driving there. I hated. I was like in panic mode.
Shaking, right? No,
Yeah, but a
totally.
lot of it's easy peasy. It's slower pace. It's like less crowded here, so it's fine.
Thankfully, you live in a place where, like you said, you can just walk everywhere. You don't even have to worry about that. Maybe even get a bike if you wanted to, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then much
Yeah,
safer for your daughter. So that is a
definitely.
beautiful thing. And so your daughter's in school already. How old is your daughter?
She'll be 3 in July.
Oh my God, she is adorable.
We pretty much share the same birthday.
Oh, that is right. 4th of July. 4th of July babies, right?
I was born on the 4th. She was born on the 5th here. But we found out that it was the 4th of July in the U.S. because when I was born, it was the 4th of July in California, but it was actually the 5th in Portugal. So we're like,
oh, it's the same thing. Oh,
I'm telling you, we're twins.
That is uncanny. Let me say, that is so cool. And Jessica, there is a big thing I want to talk to you about. It's so big that you are literally breaking the mold by doing this. And when I saw it, I was like, this girl is amazing. So Jessica, like I said, she's from my town. She's from Little Portugal. And she moved to Portugal. And she was in the pageant for Miss Portugal 2020, which was crazy. And she won Miss Algarve. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So so there's 3 categories. There's Miss Teen, and Mrs. So for Mrs. is like women who are either married or divorced or widowed between the ages of, I think, 18 or 20 up to 38. And and so they reached out to me on Instagram, which they do with a lot of people. And they're like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit for, our pageant. We're doing this and this and this. And I was like, is this a scam?
Oh my God.
I literally was like, what? And then I looked into it and I found out that they were legit, and I don't know if you can hear that. It's my little girl screaming. She's playing with Daddy.
Yeah, but it wasn't your little birds or something. I was like, oh.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Mom live.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Totally lost. Oh,
we're saying the pageant.
They actually do pageants for Mrs. Like different, things. And then if you become Mrs. Portugal, you can actually run for Mrs. World. And I was like, okay, So I was like, I need to do that. I'm going to try. I was like, at first it felt kind of weird. I'm not going to lie, because I feel Azorian, right? That's where I come from, right? So then I was like, okay, well, it's kind of weird. I wasn't born in Portugal. I was made in Portugal, but I wasn't born in Portugal. One more month, Mom.
Made in Portugal, assembled with foreign parts.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one more month and I would have been born in the state of, or on a plane. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, should I do it? Like, it felt a little weird. And I'm like, is it weird? And then I even asked the guy, I'm like, well, do I represent Algarve or do I represent Azores? Because that's where my family's from. He's like, no, you have to represent the region where you live.
Okay.
And I was like, and it's okay to like do this even though I wasn't born here? He's like, yeah, you have dual citizenship. It's totally fine. I'm like, okay, cool.
Same here, girl. I'll see you soon.
Yay! I'm trying to get all of my California friends
to have that, right? Oh yes, to move. Oh yes.
Yeah, because that's like pretty much the only thing I miss in California besides like In-N-Out and Disneyland.
In-N-Out, oh my God.
Are my friends. You know what I mean? Because it's not so easy making friends here, to be honest. But
and I'm sure they must have been like so happy with this Mrs. Algarve, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
We're just like, couldn't believe it, right? And so
it's weird. I really talk to my friends too much about it. So,
but to me, it was a very special thing, not only because you are Portuguese-American, you are an immigrant, but you are a mom as well. So that's very inspirational to all moms to see that it doesn't matter. You can try, you can do anything. You can be Miss Portugal, maybe Miss World, whatever you want to do. You just set your mind to it, and you try and you do it. So that I commend you for. And that is amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, this really was like an inspiration for me, because I was like, okay, if I can run for it, that's already a big step.
Oh, yes.
Now I've become Mrs. Algarve. That's a huge win for me. So like, even if I didn't run for Mrs. Portugal, that in itself is a huge win for me.
Huge.
And then it's another win to even be running for Mrs. Portugal. Like, I don't even care if I win or not. Like, I mean, of course, it would be an honor to win, right? You have more opportunities and everything. I would love to win. But that in itself is a huge win for me and a huge like accomplishment and milestone in my life.
Yes, congratulations. It's so amazing. And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait because like Jessica said, it's going to continue. So in the future, we'll see you again with the
Yeah.
competition and I cannot wait. We'll be rooting for you for sure, for
Thank you.
sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need you guys' support too in the future. We have a video that's gonna be going out. I'm not sure when. They don't really tell us the updates on everything.
Yeah.
But it's called an eco video, which is like a presentation of us and then what we do for like our environment, the community, etc. And then the people will get to vote on which video they like most, and hopefully you guys will.
Yes, of course. Keep us in the loop, and I could definitely share that video so we can get some votes on there. Definitely. And another thing, Jessica, you have not only was your experience very inspirational for all of us, but you have a blog that's also very inspirational and you're very spiritual, you're into yoga. So can you talk a little bit about your blog and everything that you've been up to with that?
Yeah, so I started my blog after I went to a retreat in 2016. I had one of those like eat, pray, love moments where I was like,
epiphany, yeah.
You know, yeah, it was like an epiphany, but like a breakdown, you know, where you just like,
got it.
It was hard. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like I wasn't grounded. So I had a retreat and then at the retreat was when I had an epiphany because I've always loved helping people. And then that's when I was like, okay, I know how I want to help people. And it's to reach out to them and teach them, you know, all the ways that we can help ourselves and be more mindful and be self-aware and have more self-love. Because I suffered with that. It's not that I hated myself, but I like found things to nitpick at, you know, I was always like, I was never like super satisfied with myself. So I was like, this is a horrible way to live. Like I need to have more self-love. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, and I went and I was like, it was like, just like life, just.
What is this, this conference, by the way? What was this? What was
the retreat? It's called Emotional Healing Retreats. And it took place in Carlsbad. I believe she does it.
I love Carlsbad.
Yeah, so
next
pretty.
to Vista, Oceanside. I love it.
Yeah, by San Diego.
Yeah.
So it took place there for like 3 days, 3 or 4 days, I can't remember. And I think they also do it in Florida or something like that. Nice. But it was just a huge eye opener for me. Yeah. And then ever since then, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my own blog. It took me a while, of course. Then just sharing things about mindfulness and yoga. I don't do so much yoga now. I'm more into like other types of fitness, like weight training and all that stuff.
Dancing too, right? You dance a lot. So Jessica, you've been a dancer like as long as I've ever known you. So can you talk a little bit about dance for you?
I've been dancing since I could walk, really.
Yes.
I started ballet when I was 3 and then I just haven't stopped. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I did folklore dancing, hip hop, jazz, tap.
She's very good, by the way. So she has like this video, I think it's on your Instagram, of her doing Britney Spears, and it's like right on the money. Everything you did was like a Britney. Yes, it's probably old, but I remember seeing it when you posted it a long time ago. And you also have a TikTok, and you do.
Oh my God, I cannot remember the Britney one.
Yes, I love the Britney one. And you're like, I'm gonna go back and scroll and find it. I remember it.
Yes, I don't remember Britney though.
It's so good. I think it was either. I don't know why I want to say toxic or slave, but I could be totally wrong. But if I find it before you, I will send it to you.
Okay.
But another thing is you also, we were going to talk about the video that you recently did with somebody else. And I think it was originally on Instagram, but I saw it on Facebook. And it had little subtitles on it, and it was a video in Portuguese. So can you talk a little bit about that video and what that video was all about?
The women empowerment. Yeah. So that was actually a conversation. It was a live video that I did with Mrs. Ladia. Her and I really get along. So we did a live video, and then we were just going back and forth talking about women empowerment and all this stuff. And when I saw that clip, I was like, okay, I need to actually share this portion of the video with people because it's a strong message. And I didn't know I was going to say that at the time. Like it just came out.
It was a strong message.
And so it was just basically, it was about women who, when we're not secure, when we're not confident with ourselves, when we have all these insecurities, which is such a natural thing to have, natural in the sense of it's very common. So I know in the video I said it's normal, but I meant like it's so common for women to be insecure. And then when we're insecure, we talk badly about others because we're insecure. You know, we feel like, so
we are deflecting instead of putting the focus
exactly
on us. We put the
I was going to say a bad
us.
word and I was like, wait, I can't say.
Yeah, we're deflecting so that people will focus on something bad about somebody else and not something
exactly
bad about us.
We focus on their flaws so we don't feel so bad about ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I mean I used to do that, and I feel like everyone in the Portuguese community and everyone in general does that, but we saw it a lot, especially in the Portuguese community. And so I remember, so in the video I said, you know, I used to be one of those people who would talk badly about others because I was insecure with myself, right? And then once I became confident and I flipped the switch and I was like, wait, you know, that person has nothing to do with my insecurities. Like, you know what I mean? So I had to check that. And then, you know, and then the other thing that I pointed out in the video was, if someone speaks badly about me, I'm not going to, you know, be sad about it anymore like I used to, right? I'm just like, well, that person's suffering. I'm going to wish them well, because their comment or their message, whatever, is not about me. It's about them. It's about how badly they feel about themselves. They just don't know it. The problem is most people don't know it.
That's the scary part. Like, we're talking about being self-aware, right? You're talking about being self-aware, and you went to that conference and you learned about that. And I think that's very important. And I think a lot of people are not self-aware, just like you said. So they may even blurt out something that is so hurtful, but they don't even, like, it doesn't even click in their brain.
And I used to be that way. And I think it's like, it's such a common thing in the Portuguese community that we're just, you know, we're so opinionated, right? It's in our blood, right? We're very strongly opinionated. And at times it's like, it's okay. But sometimes the opinions can hurt. And a lot of times I would say things that didn't even have mean intentions, but other people would take it wrong. I mean, I had that problem for years, and my friends would be like, Jessica, you shouldn't have said that. And I'm like, but I didn't mean it like that. But Jessica, you know what I mean? I really had to do a lot of self-work and mindfulness to figure that out. You know, no matter how many people told me.
100%.
You know,
and like, we're always evolving, right? So
especially as we get older, you know, like especially when you're in your 30s, that I feel like that's when maturity kicks in, the confidence kicks in, you know, the awareness hopefully kicks in with most people, but I know it doesn't, unfortunately.
And another thing about Portuguese people, typically we like to be honest. So sometimes we could be a little bit too honest, and maybe sometimes those things do come out. But like Jessica says, it's just about being mindful. But as we get older, we change all the time. We learn, we develop, we get better. Just like I was talking with my friend Donald Mota the other day, and we were talking about this exactly. Like, he met me 6 years ago, but the person that he met 6 years ago could have been different than the person that I am today. And
absolutely, sure. I mean, you are a lot different than you are when I and growing up. Like, I feel like we're always changing, you know what I mean?
Changing, always evolving.
We always go through phases, especially as teens and as 20s. Like, I don't know if you saw my latest Instagram or TikTok. I did it because I thought it was hilarious. First of all, the audio
Tell
is
me
funny.
about it. Tell me about it.
So it's this video where I walk in and there's a genie and goes, "Hello, I'm your genie."
No,
and
I
then
see this one.
I posted it. I think it was yesterday.
Oh my God, I have to go see it.
And then she go, and then I go, but it's the audio, right? And I say, "I want a fat ass. I want a fat ass," right? Because that's like what all the women want, right?
Yeah.
I don't anymore, but that would have been me. So in the caption, I said, this would have been me in my teens and 20s. If I obviously, I don't know if that would have been my first wish, but you know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying. Like, back then you would have thought that, but now you have your priorities different. You don't think like that. Everything's
no, exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, we're always changing, and our wants and desires are totally different than what, like, even 5 years ago, which wasn't that long ago, but like, you know what I mean?
Yes, it's not that long
So
ago, but for people like for me and you that, you know, we've done some self-evaluation, we've become moms, we've gotten married, and when you get married
yeah,
and become a mom, I mean, it's like a
it
total
changes you
one.
completely.
It changes you completely, completely. And so, like Jessica said, we're always changing, we're always evolving, and that's the beautiful thing about being human, and that's the beautiful thing about life, that we're given
Exactly.
chances. So that's very, very good. And so, Jessica, is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners of Amá CONVERSA?
Check me out. No, I'm just kidding. Not check me out, but check
Wow,
out my journey. Sorry, I didn't mean to say check me out.
of
Check
course.
out my journey of Mrs. Algarve and see, you know, how it goes to Mrs. Portugal. If you guys can support me and vote for me, and also to just keep evolving, keep growing. Don't let people bring you down. Um,
Yes,
and
very important.
just be aware of your thoughts really affect you, so don't have any limiting beliefs. Believe in yourself all the time, because
Yes,
anything is possible if you really put your mind to it. Mind,
100%.
heart, and soul.
Mind, heart, and soul. That is very, very true. A negative self-talk will literally ruin everything for you,
Absolutely.
because it will destroy your dreams, it will destroy your aspirations, your motivation. So the minimal the hate self-talk in your brain that we can do, the better everyone will be. And it takes a long, long, long time
It
to get,
does.
yes, to, but
It's just a matter of awareness. Like when you have that thought, you're just like, sometimes you get so
snap it out of
focused
there.
on it, it's like a trance, and then you have to kind of train your mind to be like, okay, snap out of it. This is just a limiting belief. It's not true. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
then focus on the positives. Okay, well, what happened if I can't do this? You know,
I
if I
think that's going to help a lot of people, because even the people, we negative self-talk and we don't even know that we're doing it. So if we're aware, like how you're saying, and we stop and we literally snap out of it, that will help us. But sometimes we don't even, it's so common for us that we don't even notice that we're doing it. But
absolutely.
I think Portugal has been very beautiful thing for you. I can
Thank
see
you.
how happy you are, very tranquil, very peaceful. And honestly, I love your TikToks. You are hilarious. You are so funny. You are
Thank
so
you.
talented, very, very intelligent, and
Oh,
keep
thank
going.
you.
And I cannot wait to see what else
Oh,
you do. And we
thank you so much.
definitely will be voting for you for
Oh,
the competition. So
I
that would be
appreciate
amazing.
all the love, and I send all the love and light back to you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Jessica. I
you.
hope you have a great rest of your day. And
Thank
whenever you
you.
want to come back on the Mal Conversa, you are more than welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Beijinhos.
Beijinho.
Bye.